Mahindra may be a bit late to the EV party in India, but it wants to amend that by setting a new benchmark with two new models that promise to outdo all others in the segment for now. And the smaller of the two electric SUVs launched by Mahindra on November 26 is grabbing more attention. This is the Mahindra BE 6e, or as Mahindra wants us to call it, the B6e. Born to Mahindra's new Anglo platform that will underpin all its upcoming models, the B6e is one of the first from Mahindra's new generation electric cars, aimed to propel the car maker to grab attention and market share in the EV segment. Here is a quick review with our first impressions of the Mahindra B6e electric SUV. At first glance, the B6e comes across a concept car that has sprung to life straight out of a sketchbook. The styling, the character lines, and the overall shape of the vehicle not only promise to turn heads, but also make it stand out in the crowd. In fact, hardly any car on sale in India looks anything like the B6e. While looks are subjective, you cannot miss out on some unique design features this EV carries. The sleek LED DRL and headlight units, the illuminated BE logo instead of the brand identity at the front, gloss black cladding, and the weirdly shaped bonnet with air intakes to help its aerodynamics complete the face of the B6e with a bold stance. At the sides, the EV continues to get this gloss black treatment on the wheel arches, housing these 20-inch alloy wheels with aerodynamic design. The flush door handles, rear door handles mounted on C-pillar, the prominent character lines across the body, and the overall coupe-like shape make it look sporty. At the rear, the B6e gets these twin spoilers that work as air channels, the LED taillights with a similar shape to the front ones, gloss black bumper, and the new Infinity logo which signifies Mahindra's new EV branding, electric-born SUVs. The B6e may appear as a small subcompact SUV, but it is not. With a dimension of more than 4.3 meters in length, about 1.9 meters in width, and over 1.6 meters in height, the B6e in real life is almost similar in size compared to the likes of the Tata Curvv EV or Hyundai Creta. It offers a ground clearance of 207 mm and more than 2.7 meters of wheelbase, promising a whole lot of space inside. But before we enter the cabin, here is a look at the boot space of the B6e, which measures 455 liters. If this is not enough, there is an additional 45 liters of storage at the front too that is good enough to hold charging cables and other small items. Step inside the B6e and you will be greeted to a fresh design language that Mahindra has developed keeping in mind who this EV is targeted at. Mahindra says the cockpit of the B6e is inspired by fighter jets with several elements trying to imitate the look and feel. For instance, the gear lever looks more like the thrusters, the control panel above the rear view mirror, the square-shaped two-spoke steering wheel, and the front seats with these big headrests all accentuate the sporty character of the electric SUV. Also check out the uniquely shaped keys of the B6e, for which Mahindra has neatly carved out a space on the center console as if it is part of the complex switch control panels around. The driver's space has been designed in the shape of a cockpit with this curved center console which cocoons the person behind the squarely shaped steering wheel. It is a two-spoke unit, another hint that this is a sporty car. The steering wheel gets gloss black finish with mounted controls for various features and functions like the ADAS, as well as region functions through these shifters. It also gets an illuminated BE logo at the center, more of a gimmick we have seen in some of the other recent cars. The center console houses the start-stop buttons, haptic buttons for climate control, drive modes, and a rotary dial to control some of the functionalities. The dashboard is quite deep, especially to accommodate the large head-up display which offers augmented reality. The dual screen setup, which includes the infotainment system and the driver display, both measure 12.3 inches. The touchscreen infotainment screen is bright and responsive, offering several quirky features this car is loaded with. Move over Adreno X and step in My App, Mahindra's new virtual assistant that makes its way in these new electric vehicles. The features that caught our attention were the ADAS controls, Vision X offering augmented reality, and the auto park feature which helps to park the vehicle without the driver intervening manually. Some of the other quirky features include this selfie button which helps the ADAS suite to monitor driver fatigue and also helps you to have some fun. The digital driver display, equally as large as the infotainment screen, offers new graphics and all the necessary vehicle and drive-related information in a clear and legible manner. The cabin is a mix of multiple soft-touch material all around, offering a premium feel. However, there are still some hard plastics around where Mahindra may have cut down on cost. The company didn't compromise on comfort for occupants though, with these soft material seats and ventilation for the front row. The driver's seat can be electronically adjusted. We wish this feature was also offered for the front seat passenger who does not get to adjust anything but the recline level. The door handles are made of fabric and are unique to the Mahindra EV. At the rear, the back seats are large and comfortable enough to seat 2 people. A third may not be a squeeze thanks to the flat floor bed under which the battery is placed. The seats can be reclined and come with a central armrest with cup holders. There is also this fancy looking AC vent for the backseat passengers as well as 2 USB-C type ports on the back of the front seats. The windows are small, which may not be to the liking for those who have motion sickness, but is understandable given the EV's sporty design. However, Mahindra makes up for it more than enough with this giant fixed infinity glass roof with illuminated design, another first for any car made in India. While it is fun and sporty car to look at, it is time to check its range and performance in the real world scenario. Though we did not get enough time to check out the B6E to its full potential, whatever we did was enough to impress us. Mahindra claims the B6E can sprint from 0 to 100 km per hour in just 6.7 seconds and achieve a top speed of 200 km per hour. There is 288 bhp of power and 380 Nm of torque on offer, promising an exciting drive. Being a rear-wheel drive, it offers plenty for the enthusiasts looking for a bit of fun. It is quite fast for sure, but can be as sedate as this while meandering through city traffic as we did in Chennai. Being a compact car, it is easy to maneuver through narrow roads or traffic. The steering wheel may need a bit of getting used to due to its different shape, but once in grasp will respond promptly. It weighs up nicely at high speeds and is also light at city speeds. The braking is on point, while the suspension is just enough to gobble up smaller aberrations on the road. While we could not test the range of the EV to our satisfaction, we can say Mahindra's claimed range is not too far from the truth. The B6E will be offered with 2 battery packs, a 59 kWh unit and a 79 kWh pack. Mahindra claims it could offer a range well above 600 km on a single charge. The real-world range will be somewhere around 500 km, about as much we also calculated during our drive. At a starting price of Rs 18.90 lakh, Mahindra B6E comes across as a quite loaded and fun to drive electric car. We are yet to know the full prices, which are expected to come out in a couple of months. It is quite competitive compared to some of its rivals. So should you consider B6E as your next EV? It sure is worth to be on your checklist. Do share the video, subscribe to HD Auto and check out our website for more details on the Mahindra B6E and read the review.